Hello and welcome back. Today in Magic the Gathering Arena, I want to try out this 4-color Legends deck. It is a kind of spicy mid-range deck. Cards like Nashi, Raffine, Shiko, Unholy Annex are here to draw us cards within our deck. Then we have our interaction pieces that come with the luck of being in black mana, such as Thoughtseize, Duress, and Fatal Push. To add to this, we also get to include the Jace plus Valki combo. They both also separately contribute to getting more information on opponent's hand and to thin our deck further. We have the usual Plaza of Heroes that allows us to cast our legendary creatures and also protect them. In the sideboard, we have Sheltered by Ghosts. Given we have cheap creatures we can attach to in the early game to try and fight aggro. Then we have Damping Sphere against Lotus Field, Izzet Phoenix, and all these kind of decks that want to cast a bunch of low-cost spells. Our form of mass removal and extinction event, Negate as our counter spell of choice, and Ashiok as Graveyard Hate. Wanted to also try Doorkeeper Full given the rise in artifact decks, with the upside of shutting down creature ETB effects and having flash. That is basically it. Let us get into some games and see how it goes. Decent hand, I guess. We have something to play on turn 2 and 3, so let's give it a try. Looks like we are up against Azorius Control. Oh well, a 1-mana play would have been nice, and we have quite a few in our deck. Nonetheless, Plaza might prove useful against Control. Let's go with Valki first here. Make them use one of their removal or counter spell on our least important creature. That is fine, one less removal to worry about.
There are so many I have just the trick for this.
Opponent is tapped out. I will take this opportunity to get rid of Nissadin, since it will stop our Knife draw.
Such violence is upsetting.
Let's see what we get with the tokens here first. Potentially getting a creature back from graveyard could prove useful later on. Legendary creatures make this cheaper as well. Anyways, let's attack and see what we can knife now. The Thoughtseize is very much useful. Let's discard the tapped land that they know about here.
I'm known for my... We need to move quickly.
So now we have enough mana to cast a creature and later on be able to protect it with Plaza.
No more games. No time for a break.
That is absolutely okay by me. 6 mana to get rid of 1 creature is a pretty good deal for us. Ah, nice. We draw Jace and can try to go for the combo here. Let's start by cracking the map tokens and attack with Nashi. See how opponent reacts. I think it's worth protecting Nashi here. Its combat damage ability is pretty awesome.
Do you want me to phase you out of time? Hold that thought. Let me know if you're up for round 2. This would be easier if we all work together. I'm always prepared. Let fire rage.
Let's exile one of their creatures to be able to get through with Nashi. They have 4 open mana. Are they holding Wandering Emperor perhaps? This time we cannot protect our creature unfortunately, but I think it is still worth the attack here, and we have another Nashi in hand as well. Alright, no Emperor, and we finally get to see Nashi's ability in action. Being able to put 2 more cards in hand at this stage of the game is great. And what cards we found? Another Jace to go with our second Valki and Unholy Annex. Awesome.
Now I must step out of the shadows.
So let's get our playset the Fatal Push out of course. I think we should keep Edict as an answer to their Planeswalkers. A couple of negates in, and we need 2 more inclusions here. I will give Doorkeeper Thrall a try, since we can cast it at instant speed. This is a pretty bad hand here. We'll have to mulligan. Boom, this is not the best, but it will do. Let's keep it. Duress is nice here. Let's have a look at their hand. Temporary lockdown is surely annoying, but at least we have Vanishing Verse for it. I think we take Emperor there since they do not currently have a counter for our Vanishing Verse. I will cast Annex here since they have no counterspells in hand and try to lure them into casting Knit Loss and Temporary Lockdown. As I feel in this stack we need to prioritize keeping our creatures alive, or in this case getting them back with Vanishing Verse. I do not really want to play Thoughtseize here, as I do not want to force a point in destroying the Annex. For the rest, the creature cards do not really worry us. That is a good draw. Raffine combines pretty nicely with Annex. Okay, so let's exile the temporary lockdown here. And even if they use Get Lost, we can return the targeted creature to our hand.
Just sit back and hide. I'll find what I need soon.
Chico is pretty great here. It will allow us to get Raffine to gain some life. This will be risky on our life total, but given we will draw Chico next, we should be okay. Let's go with Raffine here. It is a demon, so we can finally gain some life points. Looks like the opponent gave up, but well, what a match it was. We saw a bit of everything that this deck can offer, including Chico. On to the next one. Not bad. Raffine and Annex are a good combo to start off with. Let's keep it. Seems to be some kind of artifact deck. Definitely an artifact deck. Looks interesting. I think we need to get rid of Mire. It is the card they can use to recycle their artifacts. I will hold back here. Let's see what they have in store for us. But the idea is to last them out with the Annex at this stage. I will get the Vanishing Verse back so that I can exile their second memory. I believe that is their key card. I might be wrong though. Never really saw this deck before. Tezzeret. Well, that was a timely Thoughtseize. Oh wow, they drew another one. That is a good card for them, I guess.
My purpose is clear. Every piece grants me power. This technology is vast. I expect success. Mana still obeys me here.
We take 12 here. This is getting really tough. Well, another fatal push is very useful in this situation. But first things first, let's get rid of Tezzeret. Oops, should have tapped the Plaza there to cast Nashi. Now I can only play one fatal push, my bad. Nice, and we also get to see Cecil transform in this game, which will be very useful here with its life gain. Alright, opponent has seen enough. It was a tense first game, but somehow we made it through. I think Sheltered by Ghosts would be good here, as they do not seem to play removal. Cut Down also seems decent, and Damping Sphere should slow them down. I guess I will take out the Thoughtseizes and Duress, given they have low mana value cards. And let's get Extinction Event in, as all tokens would be the same mana value. Then one Sheikah can go, and I think Jace into another Planeswalker is too fragile against their aggro approach. So let's take out the Jace here. It is a decent hand with turn 1 and 2 plays, and I'm especially interested in Damping Sphere against such opponent, so let's give it a try. That turn 3 play is nice here. But first, let's play Damping Sphere. This should cause some headaches to the opponent. Actually, I think I should have attacked there, as at the moment it's not like opponent can play too many cards to trigger their aggro plays anyways. Of course, as soon as I say that, they have an answer to the Damping Sphere. Typical. Not much to do here, so I will get rid of their artifact creature to deny them an easier cast with affinity to artifacts. That is a clutch draw just in time to get rid of their Mire. We need the life gain as well. It seems this deck sometimes can suffer from having Annex without a demon creature, even though Cecil can help with that after we go down to 10 or less life. Actually, Cecil does not transform here, because it checks for the life 12 at the end of the attack phase. Oh well, we are still doing okay here, I think. An opponent packs it in. Good game. That's a pretty good hand. Mana Confluence can help us cast the Thoughtseize. So it's the Lotus Field deck. I guess Hidden Strings will allow them to cast Pour over the pages, so we take that one. So I guess for now they cannot cast much. I will take the opportunity to play Nashi then. I think now is the time to take another peek at their hand. Seems like they are struggling with finding lands. So let's take the only card they are able to cast at the moment to stock up. Oh, so they found another stock up. Good for them. Good chance they find a land now, I guess. Yep, there it is. Well, unfortunately, our opponent was struggling with lands there, but our hand disruption also contributed to it. So once again, we find ourselves in need of our damping spheres. A couple of negates should also help here. A shout should also be good against their mastermind. Fatal push out. And what else? I guess Shiko can go. A bit too slow for this matchup. Let's try it like this. This is fine, even though I would have preferred to have some hand disruption. Or the damping sphere, of course. Not sure why they did not play Impulse or untap their Lotus Field in their previous turn, before sacrificing the 2 lands to Lotus Field. Maybe it's a new player. Again, I think best to take hidden strings here as they can potentially go off with it next turn. Oh, they found another one. Let's see if they manage to go off. That is not what they needed here. Interesting game where we could see how fast the deck can go against combo. So here we are for the wrap up. What can I say? This deck was a blast to play, honestly. It might not be the most competitive, but it is pretty fun. We have a 50% win rate after 10 matches. Cecil felt great as a 1-drop, and when transformed can mitigate some of the life loss from when we do not have a demon with Unholy Annex in play. The Valki is nice to get more hand information, but in some cases we also managed to finish the game by casting Tibalt with a Jace combo, and that is awesome. Nashi is probably one of the coolest cards to play in Pioneer. When it manages to connect, it feels great, and there were instances where we were able to put 3 cards in our hand after attacking with it. It feels like this is the engine of the deck, as it also helps with recycling our hand and making our creatures bigger. Shiko also had some nice moments in some of our games. It might be expensive, but in long games it can make the difference. And then of course there's Unholy Annex. What can we say more about this card? It is great, but in this deck it can be somewhat dangerous given the low amount of demon creatures that we have. But I think that it's very much still worth the inclusion. When it comes to the sideboard, Damping Sphere was the all-star for us in a few games, but otherwise we did not feel the need to change anything. That is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this 4-color Legends deck, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.